I'm honored to introduce our next testimonial speaker, as I've had the pleasure of working with her as a member of our lead pilot team. Holly joined Pampered Chef in January of 2011 and promoted to director this last December. I'm not only impressed with her drive and commitment to the business, but I'm impressed with the fact that she's a single mom who works a full-time job and still finds time to hold between 12 and 15 shows per month. Sometimes, Holly will even fit in 5 to 6 shows in a single weekend. But let's have her tell you about it herself. Please give a warm welcome to Holly Fitzgerald.
Hello, everybody. I'm so grateful and so humbled to be here. This is crazy. Okay. So I attended my first Pampered Chef party in December 2010, and I had no money. I was going through a really painful and long divorce, and it was on an evening that my daughter was with her dad, and I was really sad. And so a sweet lady from a women's group of mine said, just come, no pressure, just come and get out of the house. So I was really impressed with the presentation. However, I knew I couldn't purchase anything at all. And I found the most inexpensive item that I liked and purchased the measurements and pour. And I was seriously depressed and conflicted on what I needed to do to provide solo and be a mom at the same time, which is definitely my number one priority. Towards the end of the presentation, the consultant, my amazing director, Paula Tyndall, started to discuss the business. As she spoke, I was suddenly overwhelmed, and I remember fighting back the tears, having that lump in my throat, just like right now. I thought to myself, I love to cook, I love meeting new people, I need money so badly, and most of all, I need a flexible schedule. So I told Paula that I wanted to follow up, and I had already made up in my mind, but I had no idea where I was going to get the money to invest. Well, it just so happened that my parents had been asking me what I wanted for Christmas, and so I left the party and called them right away and shared all the details and the aha moments that I just had. They supported me 100% and thought it was the perfect fit for me. So they gave me the money for my startup kit and all the fees and just said go for it. So I did. I had my grand opening show in January with Paula, and I qualified that night and 7 bookings to get me started. I was really excited. This meant that I could literally do the business 100% of the time when my daughter was away at her dad's, and she never had to be affected with my attention or my time. And that was exactly what I needed. I had zero interest in learning or recruiting or growing. I attended the meetings when I could. I asked questions a lot. I remained a consistent consultant for over 3 years, and then I got stuck in a really big rut. And I couldn't get a booking to save my life. I was very discouraged, and I called my director, whining about it a lot. She just kept giving me suggestions, encouraging me not to give up, that this happens to everyone sometimes. And in December 2014, I had a come to Jesus meeting with myself and my family. I told them that things were definitely going to have to change. I was constantly pouring myself into everyone else and not giving myself or my business the attention it needed to thrive. So I set things in motion, made specific lists and goals, and I had 0 bookings for January. I had an alert come on my phone from a host potential that I had stayed in contact with for over 3 years. And to my surprise, she actually wanted to book in January. Weird. It completely turned my business around, and the show ended up being $4,200. And I got 12 bookings. I was in complete shock. Complete shock. So I decided that I would start at least sharing the opportunity in my own ways at my party. Still not totally sold on it, had no interest in promoting, but committed to at least talking about it at my shows. So in February last year, my executive director, Sheree White, she emailed me asking if we could have a chat. She shared that she and I had sold about the same in January. And my commission was $1,200. Hers was $6,700. Shut up. What? Oh, my heart literally skipped, and I was infuriated, but in a positive way. And I was completely sold from that day on. So I started talking to everyone about the business, and I didn't recruit a single person until June. And during that time, I had a huge list of fit sitters that I stayed in touch with, and some of them signed up later in 2014. And last year, I attended National Conference for the first time, and everyone told me that it was a game changer, but I didn't believe it. I just thought it would be a weekend of motivational speaker stuff that I'd heard a million times before. And my mom and fiance pushed me to just do it, just go. And then when I got here, all I did was cry. Literally, the whole weekend. Happy, sad, cry. I was overwhelmed with joy and excitement, testimonies and encouragement, and most importantly, I wasn't alone. I was so inspired, and I learned so much, and took way too many notes. And I definitely knew that I wanted to promote to director, and I gave myself what I thought was a reasonable goal of November 21st, 2015. My personal outlook on the business had drastically changed, and I was determined to share. I promoted on November 22nd. And even though it wasn't official until December 1st, I knew that I had reached it just shy of 1 day. I am truly passionate and sincere about helping other people, and it really brings me a lot of joy and peace in a really weird way. For me personally, the bonding with my daughter while cooking or talking with my fiance while making us dinner or sitting around the table is a far greater experience than going to any restaurant. If I can show someone how to make a healthy, delicious, inexpensive meal for their family and loved ones and inspire them to get excited, then I'm happy. It has been such a rewarding experience, and I look forward to many more. This is a relationship business, hands down. And I have become friends with so many of you, and my hosts, and my customers, and I've even built stronger relationships with my family. And my daughter, she's learning so much. She sees that hard work and dedication and determination does pay it off, and that nothing is just handed to you. You have to work for it. And she says that she wants to be a paleontologist and a pampered chef consultant when she grows up. Adorable. because of this business, I had been able to pay off over $27,000 worth of debt. Plus living expenses since last November. That's crazy. It's crazy. My full-time day job pays my bills, and Pampered Chef pays debt in life. So I cannot wait to be in a position, hopefully next spring, to turn in my notice at my day job and make Pampered Chef my full-time career. I will forever and always be with Pampered Chef in some form or fashion. It is everything that I stand for and believe in. And that night in December 2010, when I attended my first show and learned about the business, I now know that overwhelming feeling I felt in my gut was putting me on my path. I have to personally thank my amazing director, Paula Tyndall, my upline family, and all my fearless leaders for their ongoing support and encouragement. Dottie Shepard, Sarah McGuire, Carrie Hendricks, and Sheree White. And of course, Doris Christopher for her. Oh, God. Doris Christopher for creating this amazing company and believing in all of us as well. Jean Jonas for all her smiles and wows. And my wonderful field development manager for all her inspiration, Julie Aldrich. And I definitely have to thank my daughter for all of her support. She's amazing. And my fiance for just loving me and believing in me. This company has literally changed my life and this journey. And I have no idea where I'd be without it. So in closing, I want to thank you, Paula, you're up there somewhere, for inviting me to the table. I did it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I want to take her home with me. You've overcome so many obstacles, and you're such an inspiration to so many people, especially to me, so thank you. Paula Tyndall, could you please stand? She's over here. I want to personally thank you for inviting this incredible woman to the table. Ask everyone. You never know when you might find a diamond just like Holly. Let's give one more round of applause to Holly Fitzgerald.
Once again, please welcome